Dr. Dave here again to demonstrate the top 10 most useful drills to test and improve your aim, alignment, and stroke. The first drill is a very simple way to test your stroke straightness. Just stroke directly over the rail cushion line to make sure the cue stays straight over the line during the entire stroke. If you want to use a video camera to check your stroke straightness, make sure you align the camera very carefully to have the cue be centered perfectly in the frame. For more information, see my previous video linked in the YouTube video description. Another simple way to test stroke straightness is to stroke between two golf tees. Obviously, if you don't follow through straight, the tees will move. You can move the tees closer together as you improve. And the tees work well for any straight shot drill where the cue ball is in a fixed position. A mirror can be very useful to check your vision center alignment and stroke straightness. You can also adjust your stance and head orientation in front of the mirror to try to find a comfortable way to get your face more square with your eyes more level. For more information and advice, see the Vision Center and Finding Your Perfect Stance videos linked in the video description. Here's a good drill for beginners to practice straight line aim, alignment, and stroke. Just shoot a row of balls into the corner, bridging on the rail. As always, be sure to keep your head and body as still as possible during each stroke. If you can't make 10 in a row, you might want to get some help from an instructor. This drill is called MOFUDAT, the most famous and useful drill of all time. The goal is to hit the cue ball up and down the table and have it come straight back to the tip. It can help to put a golf tee on the rail to serve as a clear aiming target. It is also helpful to use sentinel balls to demand an accurate contact point on the cushion. You can narrow the gaps as you improve. Here's what a good hit looks like. Be sure to stay down and still until the cue ball comes back to your tip. This is a good way to practice and reinforce the important habit of not jumping up on your shots. If your aim is off to the right slightly, the cue ball will not hit the cushion target accurately and the cue ball will come back to your right. And the same thing will happen if your error is to the left. If you have good aim, but don't hit the cue ball exactly on the vertical center line, the cue ball will hit the cushion at the right place but won't come back straight. Right spin sends the cue ball to your right, and left spin goes left. If you use a stripe instead of the cue ball, the stripe will stay vertical only with a very good centered hit. If you hit the cue ball off center even a hair, the stripe will wobble slightly. Or a lot. If you really want to test your aim, alignment, and stroke, use backspin. The drag action intensifies any effect of unintentional side spin. Here's a good hit, which is much more difficult to achieve with backspin. With just a hair of right, the cue ball rebounds to your right. And with a hair of left, the cue ball goes left. If all of this is too easy for you, add more speed. Stroke accuracy and consistency are usually worse with faster speed. If you hit it really well, the cue ball will rebound off the tip back to the cushion target. I didn't quite do it, but that was pretty good. Here's the first of several ball pocketing drills to test your aim, alignment, and stroke. First, just set up a line of balls and place the cue ball for a straight shot on each. The goal is to hit stop shots as well as you can. If your aim is off, the cue ball will not stop in place, and if you have any side spin, it will clearly reveal itself. That's why you want to strive for a stop shot, so you can clearly identify your errors. Here, my aim was off to the left, and I had a touch of right spin. As you improve, add more balls and increase the shot distance. Try to get to the point where you can make 10 in a row from long distance. If you miss any, start over and repeat until you make all 10 without a miss. Here's a fairly easy drill to test basic cue ball control. The cue ball is in the center of the table and the object ball is halfway to the pocket. First try to hit 5 stop shots in a row. Then follow the cue ball into the same pocket, again trying for 5 in a row. That shot had a little kick or skid caused by a chalk mark ending up at the cue ball object ball contact point. Here it is again. Notice how it sounds and looks different from the others. Be sure to clean the chalk marks off the cue ball periodically so this doesn't happen. Here are the last 2 shots. Now draw back to scratch in the opposite side 5 times in a row. People usually have much more trouble with the draw shots. See my recent top 10 draw shot technique advice video linked in the video description if you want or need some help. This drill involves a long shot along the table diagonal where the object ball is halfway between the cue ball and pocket, making the shot as tough as possible. To ensure the shot is straight, it helps to place balls along the shot line like this, and then mark the cue ball and object ball positions with donut stickies. First, try to pocket 10 stop shots in a row. Here's an example good shot. If you have any unintentional right spin, the cue ball will turn counterclockwise. If you have any bottom spin remaining at the object ball, the cue ball will draw back slightly. And if your aim is off, the cue ball will drift sideways. Again, strive for a perfect stop shot like this. Then practice follow shots, trying to make the ball and scratch at least 5 times in a row. You will be able to do this only with good aim and alignment and with an accurate stroke. Again, be sure to be still and focus on your fundamentals. Then try to pocket the ball and draw back for a scratch. This is a lot tougher. If you can get 1 or more out of 5, you are doing well. Here's a successful example. That was actually my first try, but I'm too embarrassed to show you my second attempt. This shot is a real tester, especially on cloth that is not very slick or fast. In addition to marking the cue ball and object ball positions, it is also helpful to mark your straight follow-through position. That way, you can check if your follow-through was straight or not after each shot. I have all 3 positions marked with clear donut stickies. Here's a good stop shot example. I know the stroke was straight because the tip ended up over my follow-through donut. The next set of drills is from the Billiard University Playing Ability Exams. The BU exam drills are scored and are called progressive drills because when you do poorly, the drills get easier, and when you do well, they get harder. Progressive practice pool drills were first developed by Bob Jewett, my co-author on the Video Encyclopedia of Pool Practice. The first drill is for stop shots, where you start with the cue ball 4 diamonds from the pocket. If you stop the cue ball within a ball of the stop shot target, you move the cue ball back a diamond. And if you don't, you move forward a diamond. The longest distance is 7 diamonds, and any shot you make from this position counts as a bonus point. Your score is the final cue ball position after 10 shots, plus the number of bonus points. Here, I ended up in position 7 and got 3 bonus points, so my score was 10. Keep a log of your scores so you can see how you improve over time. Here's the progressive follow drill. With these drills, it helps to get 5 or 10 balls out on the table so you can easily keep track of your shot number. The goal here is to pocket the object ball and have the cue ball end up in the target paper rectangle. The cue ball moves as before, and the object ball is always 1 diamond in front of the cue ball. Again, when you miss, you move the cue ball forward a diamond. If you want to see Shane Van Boning and other pros taking the BU exams, see the link in the video description. With only 1 miss, I ended in position 7 with 5 bonus points, so my score was 12. With no misses, the maximum possible score is 14. Here's the progressive draw drill. The goal is to pocket the object ball and draw the cue ball back into the 2x1 diamond area shown here. After coming up short in position 4, I should have moved back to position 3, but I moved to position 2 by mistake. Again, with each success, move the cue ball back 1 diamond. I came up just short on that last shot from 7, so my final cue ball position is 6. Since I succeeded once from 7, my score is the final cue ball position 6, plus the 1 bonus point, for a total of 7. This drill can be difficult, especially if you are not very good at draw shots. Again, see the link in the video description if you want to improve. Here's a progressive drill for practicing cut shots. You can do this drill with different object ball locations, but this is a good spot. Half a ball from the cushion at the third diamond. As with the other progressive drills, you move the cue ball to easier positions when you miss, and to more difficult positions when you succeed. As with the other drills, start in cue ball position 4. Again, with a miss at 7, I go back to 6. And each shot pocketed from 7 counts as a bonus point. I finished in position 7 with 5 bonus points for a score of 12, again out of a maximum of 14. Don't forget to log your scores so you can track improvement over time, and set target score goals to give you something to work toward. That makes practice more fun, and it adds a little competitive pressure. The last drill was developed by Colin Colenso for testing and rating a player's shot-making skills. It consists of 16 different shots, 8 from each side of the table. There are 6 different cue ball positions and 8 object balls that are pocketed in the corner. The ball positions are easy to locate relative to the diamonds, but they don't need to be placed perfectly. There is a diagram you can print at the link in the video description. Here are the 8 shots: the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 8. Here are demonstrations of each of the 8 shots from this side of the table. The same 8 are also done on the other side. I decided to shoot these left-handed, but you can use your same shooting hand for both sides. Actually, I'm pulling your leg. I just did a mirror image of the video using my video editing software to save time. Do you see the backwards text on the poster? Anyway, you get the idea. There are 16 shots total, and you get 1 point for each ball pocketed. You are not penalized for a scratch. If you do each of the 16 shots 5 times, the total possible score is 80. Alternatively, you can do each shot only twice and multiply your point total by 2.5. Or you can do each shot only once and multiply your point total by 5. Either way, the maximum possible score is 80. Again, always keep track of your scores so you can see how you improve over time. Here is a rating system that relates the score to an approximate level of ability on the standard ABCD scale. And the link in the video description shows how this relates to expected BU exam scores, league handicaps, and Fargo ratings. Have fun with the drills, and good luck with your game from Dr. Dave.